After a billion-dollar hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help you save time and get claims paid faster.
Okay, guys, I am not at the green screen. I actually just finished grocery shopping a moment ago. So we're here to do some live coverage because it looks like this storm that impacted Denton a little while ago, some quarter-size hail on the west side of town, is starting to re-strengthen. We got a lot of people out in front of us here, so we're going to cover this storm in full. Hopefully I can... Where'd my chat go? Just try to get this going. Hang on, guys. I can see the chat on Facebook on my phone fine, but not so much on... Hang on. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Anyway, so here we go. Got a bunch of people coming in already. Ooh, man, we got viewers like crazy coming in here, guys. Okay, so basically what's happening right now, we have the storm in New Hope. Let me get it down in two panels for you guys, so it's a little less confusing. We have... dang it. Well, whatever. Okay. There we go. I got the comments up on here now. It fixed it. I fixed it. Okay. Anyway, so we have this storm right here in New Hope, Texas. It is beginning to strengthen. So I'm going to roll this back to, I was at the grocery store here. Storm took off very quickly right by Crum, moved over Denton. We had a little period of up to some quarter-size hail just on the west sides of Crum, west sides of Denton, right by I-35, right where it splits. And it is continuing to move to the east, weakened a little bit, and is now beginning to re-strengthen. It's looking a lot better right now. I'm starting to see a little inflow right in this area here. Looks like it's starting to strengthen a little bit more. We look at it in 3D, and this is the reason why, I mean, I've been getting ready to go live for a few minutes here. And you can see it's a pretty tall storm, but if I roll the radar back, so we're back a few frames, about 15 minutes or so, you can see as the storm really kind of like grew in height very quickly, which showed to me that is strengthening quite a bit. It's getting a lot of lift, and that means we're going to start seeing some more hail. So we're getting tons of comments in here. I'm going to try my best to answer questions for you guys as this starts to take off. I'm willing to bet, though, this is also not going to be the only storm, and I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in saying nothing in Fort Worth, nothing in Dallas, etc., etc. Looks like we have some kind of boundary right in here by Decatur. Probably is it? I think it might be a dry line. I honestly did not get a chance to do it. I got here and turned around real quick. We got some other storms trying to form over by Boyd and just to the south of Paradise. So I'm willing to bet that this will not be the only storm that impacts the DFW area in the coming couple of hours here. So, okay, we just got an update. Looks like this storm, this storm is really starting to take off. You can see the CCs, the correlation coefficient. So this is, if you've never watched our live coverage before, this is probably the easiest visual way to tell if there's hail in a storm. If you see the greens and the blues and yellows, that means there's hail falling. If it's mostly just red, like over here, it's rain. So it looks like at this moment we're seeing quite a bit more hail right along US Highway 380. So quarter size up off of 423 and 380. Man, Jared Young he's doing my job for me. He's getting those comments in as I'm saying it. So yeah, we're getting quarter, probably up to some $half size hail right now along 380 and along 423, right as somebody mentioned there. And I think this storm is continuing to strengthen. Did they update the warning? They still haven't one for quarter size hail, but I believe as this thing moves towards Prosper and eventually McKinney and Allen, I think this storm is going to be dropping hail larger than that, probably closer to ping pong, hopefully golf ball size hail. Let's see. Right here, you can tell you're getting that good inflow as the storm is continuing to strengthen a little bit. Elsewhere, I saw somebody asking about Paris, Texas. Oh, God. Paris is near Sherman, right? No, it's off to the east. So we have another storm over by Sherman that really took off. And that one had some hail down south of Sherman and is continuing to move. Somebody said McKinney doesn't need any more. Don't worry, we got more stuff going on for here. So hopefully, maybe, I don't know if Derek's actually watching this. Maybe Derek can get in the comment section here. Somebody in the comment section, we're getting quite a bit of comments in here. I don't know if I can answer everybody's questions. So, a dime size hail on the Frisco and Little Elm right now. I'm not, let's see. I'm assuming that is over here. Okay, yeah, so over here by Little Elm. Yes, that makes sense. So the hail's going to start off kind of small. So in this area, if you're like right around 423, this area, if you're south of 380, I'm willing to bet that this hail is probably pretty small with the quarters mixing in. The bigger hail is going to be back in this region here as this continues to move. Percentage of hail for Hot Springs. Let me look. So overall, so let's do an overall look as we wait for the next update for the radar in the Dallas area. Somebody asked about Hot Springs. We have a storm just south of Fayetteville. Couldn't quite get its act together to get big enough hail by the time it actually moved through the area. Fort Smith, these storms are going to be south of Fort Smith. Had a history of golf balls, but unfortunately it's not going to hit Fort Smith. Hot Springs, you got ways to wait. Storms are way back. We'll see. This is probably, this was going to be the earliest time frame things were going to get going. Really was looking at Dallas from about 9 o'clock and afterwards, but apparently something triggered stuff off. So here we go. Small hail, Melissa, Texas. Peace size. All right. Thank you for that, Samuel Ramos. Further to the north, looks like St. Louis might be sneaking by with not quite enough hail. St. Louis has no rain going on, rain all the way around it. We got big time storms, monster storms here down to the south of Festus, over by, what is this, Bloomsdale, Missouri. That's a big-time storm. Another big-time storm back by Shirley. Probably looks like another big-time storm. This is in Illinois now, over by Okawville, Illinois, and that's going to be generally heading towards Mount Vernon. We'll be watching that as well. We got quite a bit of stuff going on. Other storms across south-central Missouri. Again, northwestern Arkansas. Asking about Hot Springs, it's going to be a few hours. And then here, eastern Texas, going to be a few hours. Like if you're in the Texarkana area, you're probably going to be in a lot later after the sun goes down. But right now we're looking specifically the north sides of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Going back, okay, here we go. Another radar update here. Storm continues to show more pink on the radar. There you go. It gives you some more hail falling here. Got another updated warning. Now warned for $half size hail, which I tend to believe. We are seeing up to $half size hail on the biggest. This neighborhood here off of 423 north of 380. Well, I bet you guys have had a pretty longer period of hail here. Probably quarter, $half, a lot of hail ranging all over the place from P up to $half size hail. We'll see if we can get hail bigger than that. I'm going to switch to 4 panels really fast. So we have, these are other parameters we're looking at in the bottom left and the bottom right. This one shows you how much rain's mixing in, how much melting is going on. You can tell when there's orange like this, there's a lot of rain mixing in, probably a bunch of, maybe not so much melting, but a lot of rain mixing in, which leads me to believe we aren't seeing crazy big hail, but it's hailing on 380. Yeah, right here at 380 is this orange line right up in here. You see it all across. Definitely hailing there. We're definitely getting quite a bit of quarter, $half size hail. Mostly hail is falling in this neighborhood here along, what's this, road 1385 and, it's got like a actual road name, like the Brown Thrasher Boulevard. Getting quite a bit of hail there. Is there a force field on Fort Worth? Well, when you look further to the west, we have 2 interesting features that I'm seeing here. So we have this advancing boundary layer. I don't know if that's a cold front or something. That's moving towards generally the south and east. And I see another boundary kind of intersecting Fort Worth and Keller. And We're now seeing more storms trying to form over by Justin. I'm willing to bet this interacts with this. We're going to see some storms taking off. We'll just have to see. So again, I don't think this is going to be the only storm in the DFW area. I think we're going to see more storms coming. The biggest question will be how big will the hail get. Right now, I'm saying $250 size hail until I see anything that really indicates it's getting bigger. I know I got the 4 panels. I know it can be a little confusing. I'm also I'm analyzing the storm at the same time, and this is what we use while we make our maps. So we are getting. I honestly am unable to keep up with these comments. So. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Ready for lead, says Nathan. Yep. Fort Worth has sun's out, no rain. Yeah. So if you're in Fort Worth right now, you are not seeing anything. You're everywhere in the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex. You're not seeing a damn thing except for if you are over by Prosper. So more storms. Again, storms are trying to form here. We're gonna see if they break that cap in other parts of Denton County, southern side of Denton County over by Justin and Argyle, and see if those can continue moving toward. If we can get these storms to take off, that would move towards Louisville, Hebron, Plano, etc. Hail just west of Prosper, correct. Yes, so this is where we're at. Prosper is right in here. Hail's right here. Definitely getting quite a bit of $250 size hail. We'll see if this storm can continue to strengthen or if it's going to kind of level off a little bit here. Let's look at it in 3D. So we got pretty tall, and it looks like the storm might be collapsed. So you see in the last couple frames here, zoom in a little bit on the 3D mode, how the top, it isn't as tall as it was. It might cycle up again, and might be cycling, it might weaken a little bit, try to re-strengthen, and continue as it keeps going to the east. Yes, everything is up north, correct, that is correct. Everything is north of Tarrant and Dallas County at the moment. I'm seeing more. This storm over by Argyle looks to be trying to strengthen pretty quick. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. It's also right at this boundary that I mentioned a little bit ago. Let's see if that goes. We have another one over by Boyd. Be trying to go pretty quick as well. So again, more storms look like they're going to be trying to get going. Further to the north and to the east over by Sherman, more quarter-size hail. These storms are starting to get kind of too clustered up, a little too messy for any kind of big-time hail. But if you keep seeing me looking this way, it's because my monitor that you see on the screen here is that way. So I'm not just looking off to the side or anything weirdly. Okay. All right, let's go back to an overview. Other storms that have been going on. Looks like we got some quarter-size hail south of Fayetteville and West Fort. These storms couldn't take off in time for Fayetteville. Storms to south and west of Fort Smith, that's not going to hit there. Hot Springs, Little Rock, you got a few hours to wait. Texarkana, you got a few hours to wait. Over by St. Louis, it seems like we got crazy storms going on everywhere except for St. Louis. A pretty big storm in Illinois trying to take off. Again, might try to meander its way towards Mount Vernon. Got a crazy storm that had a history of producing a tornado down by Bloomsdale, Missouri, and that's south of St. Louis. Hailing on my house nicely, steady hail. All right, Gary, so let's know how big that gets at your house if you do not mind. Love getting that ground truth. It's always the best. All right. Back in here, back over by the Dallas area. We got another update of the radar. Yeah, it's just... what time is it? Oh, we should be getting another update in a second here. So this radar image is approximately 4 minutes old now. We should be getting an update pretty soon. So in Prosper, it's definitely hailing now, even knowing it shows the hail back in here along 380. It's kind of riding highway through 380, so it probably will move into McKinney in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. Anybody else? Any other comments? Okay. Yeah, keep those comments coming, guys. Man, jeez. We're getting quite a... DFW is on here, and that definitely brings in the people. That is for sure. Hopefully everyone's doing their hail dances to get these storms to get a little bit bigger. Yeah. Again, sorry I couldn't do this on the green screen. I didn't want to drive from I was already at my house, and I did not want to drive all the way to the office. It's all 20 minutes or so. People texting me with updates of golf ball size hail in Prosper. Okay. I probably more like ping pong ball. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised you're getting some ping pong ball size hail, especially in this neighborhood over here. Some ping pong ball size hail. I would be again. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. You got a couple golf balls in there, but right now I'm thinking the predominant hail would probably be between under quarter size through up to about $half size, and you got a couple bigger stones mixing in with that. I'm dancing. Yes, got some photos. Yeah, all photos are welcome to. I don't know if you can post them into the chat on here. So, yeah, these guys figure out a way to make money if it's not. Yeah. Okay. Looking off to the west. I know I keep kind of jumping back and forth, but I'm just trying to keep an eye on other possible storms because this isn't the only. This is obviously the main thing that's going on right now. There we go. We got another radar update. Storm isn't looking as hot as it was. It looked okay. All right. So we're gonna bring this down to one panel. So you can see how I'm gonna highlight right here, just along Prosper, and then you see along like this. It almost looks like two storms. The storm is trying to split. So when a storm splits, that means you're going to get one that shoots off to the north. This will shoot off to the north. And then usually what happens is either this storm turns to the right and takes over and takes off, or it just kind of dies. So we're going to kind of see how things pan out with this guy. So, but if it does turn to the right, that would bring it into Allen and Plano over by Wiley versus just kind of riding along 380. So we're going to have to see how that develops. But it looks like it's trying to split a little bit here, especially if I do two panel and bring up this. Yeah, it's trying to split. We'll see. We'll see how this pans out. It looks like we have another hail core trying to form right along the North Dallas Parkway. Predictions on DFW area. My video keeps looping. That's weird. That might be something with your internet issues. I'm getting all clear on this end. DFW itself. So if you're doing specifically Tarrant and Dallas County right now, nothing going on. Nothing has formed that leads me to believe we'll see storms there in the coming few minutes, or within the hour. But if you're in Denton or Collin County, that is where it seems like most of the storms are occurring right now. I'm going to do another 3D grab of this storm here, guys. And, all right. Yep, so just as I figured, I mentioned how it looks like it was collapsing and probably going to re-strengthen. Well, so I'm going to roll it back a little bit. So here it was stronger a little while ago, kind of collapsed down a little bit, and now in that most recent frame, you see another top shooting up, and it's actually just south. So this is north, this is south. Just south of there, you see another updraft trying to go up. So the storm is trying to re-strengthen, redevelop itself down to the south. So we're going to see how that pans out in the next coming 5-10 minutes. These things are developing quickly. So we got updates every 3 to 4 minutes with this stuff. And otherwise, elsewhere, let me switch to full panels again. We see these guys are fighting with the cap end. Whoa, okay. All right, guys. Oh, the marker just made a huge jump on here. So this is what the algorithm pumps out. We went from saying, about an inch size hail to now suddenly we're at 2.27. So again, the storm, I mentioned it was splitting. And what happens is the storm that goes to the right, turns to the right, either takes off or it dies. And it looks like, well, we're about to have a storm that's going to take off here, guys. So we're going to see how big this thing can get and how crazy things get here. I'm willing to bet we might have to buckle in as this thing starts to take off right over Prosper, and then it'll move into Frisco and Prosper towards Allen and McKinney. So any questions anybody has, I can feel free to answer them. It looks like we're seeing a storm that is going to re-strengthen. If you're just joining in, we had a storm formed very quickly just the west of Denton, dropped some quarter-size hail, pretty much right along I-35. Weekend, and then at New Hope re-strengthened. That's when I went live. and now it's cycled around. It looks like we're about to re-strengthen again, possibly at the strongest it's been so far as we're moving towards Frisco, Texas, eventually Allen, Texas, maybe even as far south as Plano, Texas, and McKinney, Texas. Yep, okay. So there we go. Next frame here looks like we are, hang on, I got a text here. Sorry about that. Okay, just texting the boss man to let him know what's happening. There we go. Where? Oh, on my house. All right, so this most recent frame update, you can tell the storm is starting to take more of a classic supercell look. So it got an eagle look. So here's like the beak and the talons sticking out, you know, and you got the wings coming up, and then the butt of the eagle. This is a much better looking storm. The CC's really just bottomed out over here. I'm gonna go to 4 panels again so I can look at all the other. Okay, yeah. So we're starting to see more signals of bigger hail. When you get this particular one to bottom out like this, you just see the map under it. That usually means there's big hail falling, and it's mostly big hail falling. And then over here, the more gray you see, like in here, that means more hail is falling. So I think we're starting to see this storm really take off, which would mean that Frisco, Texas is going to start seeing some really big hail pretty soon. I think now we're moving beyond just the pocket change size hail, probably seeing some ping pong balls. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some golf balls coming out of this. If not right now, very soon. I'll look at this in 3D, see how it's looking. Let me roll back, and you can tell how quickly this exploded up. And oh yeah, no, we're blowing up now. You can see all this hail, all the pink right up in here, guys. That's all that hail getting suspended up there, growing in size. So I'm willing to bet that we're gonna see some big time hail falling pretty soon. And in the meantime, even if Prosper, Frisco, McKinney, Allen, Plano, all those areas aren't where you're hoping to have big hail, we got more storms. Looks like we have one trying to take over here just to the east of Boyd, Texas, and that would move a little further to the south, maybe towards Keller, if it can actually get its act together pretty quickly before things get going. Looks like the shower over by Argyle is losing the battle against the cap, which is the lid on the atmosphere to keep storms from really taking off. You need enough going. Pay ass any perp. Not quite yet. Let's give it a couple more minutes, a few more frames to update here. Looks like we had some ping pong ball size hail over by White Right, Texas, as that storm moved through. And yeah, I'd say we're dropping some golf ball size hail now across the Prosper, Frisco area, probably right along El Dorado Parkway, for example. Maybe kind of near Preston Road or the Dallas Parkway. And again, this is moving. It's made the turn now, too, so I think we're going to be moving more to the south and east. And, yep, we're strengthening a lot more. Yeah, here we go, guys. Here we go. I think we're about to... Dallas might get their first 5-star map if this thing really takes off in a second here. Just as a note, we have a competition within the office for guessing which one is going to be the first, which city is going to be the first 5-star map. We can't do DFW as a whole because that's not fair. It's too big. And Melissa said Dallas, and then when we did this, we had a guest with us. We had Nathan Higgs with us at the office. He said Plano, and if this happens right now, he's going to win. So we'll see how this goes. But I think we're taking off. We're meant to be off to the races here. We're warned for golf balls. Yeah, we might be getting bigger than golf balls in a few minutes. This thing is getting that look in the meteorology community, or just here at Hail Trace, that look of, oh boy, I think we're going to see some big hail here, guys. And if Frank or Heather or Derek's watching, can you make sure this isn't a 1-star map anymore? Make it like a oh, jeez, okay. We're getting a lot of hail falling now, guys. It almost made me swear on there. So it looks like we're getting big hail now, guys. So this all along this purple here, Prosper from 380 down through this whole neighborhood along Glacier Drive and County Road 71. we're seeing big hail, definitely golf ball 2-inch size hail. Size is probably just going to keep going up on this. If this thing keeps exploding the way it looks like it's exploding. We're going dominant. Collin County, I don't know what is in Collin County to make these storms go crazy every time they hit. But man, it's like every year. It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. Yeah, so you can see in the 3D, it looked like trash about 20 minutes ago. We were here covering it, and now boom, a lot more purple showing up. We're getting way up there, 40,000 feet. That is a lot of space for those hailstones to grow. A lot of cold air in the atmosphere. It's still March, so here we are, March 24th. Looks like we get that 5-star map, but we'll see. Either way, it looks like we're seeing quite a bit of hail falling here. At the very least, very high volumes of hail for sure. You can see on the bottom left-hand area, all that gray. That means we're seeing a ton of hail falling. So right now I'm saying golf ball to 2-inch size hail. We'll see how much bigger this can get. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm eating my own words on this and suddenly we get some crazy report coming in. So otherwise, elsewhere, we got a report that came in already. We got some ping pong ball size hail in Savannah. And that was from a little while ago, which definitely means, yeah, we're over golf ball size hail now. Elsewhere, just quick updates. Storms in Poto, Oklahoma. Arkansas, otherwise kind of quiet. Missouri, you're getting quite a bit of activity, but it's all to the south of St. Louis. Are the areas populated? Well, let me pop this back on here for you. Yes, this is Frisco. We're in Frisco, Plano, Frisco, Prosper, McKinney, quite populated in here. This is all pretty densely populated areas of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Okay, gonna kind of wait for that next radar frame and update. In the meantime, off to the west, we can't rule out this one storm. Or just talk about this one storm. We got another one trying to really take off here over by Boyd and Rome. This is in Wise County, and that is. I live on Stonebridge on 380 and haven't seen hail yet, but it's raining. I don't know where. Holy crap. Jesus. Okay, so now the marker has gone up to purple, and that is for over 3. The marker is now saying over 3-inch hail. So we're, oh my God. Okay, so this is going to really take off here, guys. We're going to see, man, good God, is friggin' McKinney and Frisco going to get, like, baseballs again? I'm in Frisco, nothing yet near Dallas Tollway. All right, so the tollway's over here. Yes, so here's the tollway. Here's where you're at. The storm's off to your north, it looks like, and it might just miss you because it's moving to the south and east. Okay, 3.72. We're now at 3.72 for here. All right. Okay, so this next radar frame update is probably going to be pretty intense. So we'll see what happens here in a second. All right. Yeah, quite a bit of purple on here. Let's bring up the 3D again. Look at how this is going. Yeah, man. We got quite the hail column. It's gonna be quite the hail core in this bad boy. So it keeps going. All right. Yeah, we might be seeing some big time hail in a second here, guys. Alan, go put the stream on. Sorry, we got some friends come on here. I think anyway, okay, it needs to move south for Melissa to win, right? So for Melissa to win, it needs to hit Dallas. For Nathan to win, it has to at least be close to Frisco. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we got an update here. This neighborhood is getting wrecked right now. Friggin' County Road 23 and 71. This neighborhood in here, Honey Grove Drive, Tyler Drive. You are getting obliterated right now. Probably very high volumes of hail. Let's look in here. I wouldn't be shocked. We're getting some tennis balls in this bad boy right now. Tennis ball size hail. Oh, baseball size hail. Yeah, we're warned for baseballs. Tennis ball to baseball size hail. What does Poto, Oklahoma look like? Friends saying there's some hail there right now. Yes, Justin, there is indeed hail there right now. I will go to it in a moment. Again, we're kind of talking about, we're probably making a 5-star map right here, so we're probably going to focus in on the Frisco, McKinney area. So right now, yeah, Frisco, you're getting some baseballs. This is a classic baseball look. You see all this green, the blue, and then you see down here, there's no colors. You just see the map, and then you see the gray over here. This is like textbook. You're seeing tennis ball, baseball size hail, maybe a little bigger than that. We'll see. We'll see what kind of pictures come in from this bad boy. Okay, we got a lot of messages in here. The weather team can all, the hail trace team, they can all handle everything, hopefully perfectly fine. So I'm not going to be able to chime in on the group chat anywhere. Hopefully, maybe Heather or Frank or Derek or Melissa, anybody has the stream up to let you know what's going on. But baseball size hail's likely falling here in the northern ends of Frisco. Let's see. I think I got a question about, is it because it's cooler up north? Up north, it's just, honestly, for the big time hail, it's more about the upper levels of the atmosphere versus the ground temperatures. Head south. ATX needs some action. Yes. All right. And again, we got to keep working on these storms off to the west. Another one's trying to form over by Denton. Another one, that one that we're watching, still trying to get going over just to the west of Denton County. So we're watching both of those. But right now, obviously, the focus is on this monster storm here in Frisco and this by McKinney. I don't really know where the where all the borders are. I just know that if you're living like on Garden Grove Lane, you're getting some ton of big hail right now as this thing is really going to town. Again, warned for baseballs. Willing to bet that's probably what's going off. Yeah, your sirens are going off in Frisco. Yeah, I mean, it's not warned for tornadoes, but hey, you know what? Big time hail is going to do a lot of damage too. Someone asked about Poto. Just looking on the overview here, you're probably going to see up to some $1 to $50 size hail in Poto right now. Probably start off pretty small and getting bigger. Further to the north, if anyone's wondering, St. Louis, you're not seeing too much. Looks like the crazy storms are keeping themselves way south of that metro. So that really just gives us the main focus here across McKinney, Texas, Frisco, Texas, and over by Allen. So we've taken the turn. I'm going to roll the radar back a little bit further if you just joined us. So, but they don't allow no tents. I don't know what that means. Okay, so way back here, storm. I went live here over New Hope as the storm started to get its act together. Go down to just the one panel here. We saw the storm. I said it was going to split right in there, and then we took off, and now it has made the right turn. Notice how it was going right along 380. And then it's now diving south. We're diving south, so we have this storm. It's going to be heading towards, so we have the hook over here. You got the inflow going pretty much right along, what is the name of this road? Highway 289. So that's where the inflow is. That's where you're getting your engine for the storm to get itself together. And then all this hail, everywhere you see in that hardcore pink and purple, that's where all that big time hail is falling right now. And this is impacting McKinney, Texas, Allen, Texas, and Frisco, Texas, and we're moving. This thing's gonna be moving southeast, so it's diving south here, guys. Looks like Allen, you're next, Parker, eventually Wiley. You guys are all in line. So even though the warning has it going due east, we're moving more southeast now. The storm took a right turn, it split, took a right, and is now really taken off as we have a lot of big time hail falling. Again, when on this bottom right hand panel here, when you see the map just under, you don't see any of these colors, it's just the map, you're getting lots of hail, lots of big hail. You see gray over here, that means you're seeing mostly hail falling, and then the greens and the yellows and the blues, big hail. So we're getting over 2-inch hail easy for quite a bit of this area. If you're right along, who said they were on Stonebridge Drive? Are you getting hail now? If you're Stonebridge Drive, oh wait, hang on. Stonebridge Drive goes pretty far. Hang on, never mind. The person who said they're on Stonebridge, was that in was that by 380? Because if it was, you're probably not getting too much hail. Yeah, the storm's taking a dive south now. So, and obviously it's being updated as it's all going. This thing is really going to town here, guys. Again, Big hail. Caleb. Is Caleb the one that was by there? I don't remember who it was. Looks like we got some rotation in here too. Let me look at. Yeah, so the storm's also rotating. Oh, you're on Stonebridge. Okay. Where is that gray at? Says Gabriel. Okay, hang on. So we got rotation in the storm. The rotation is going to help keep that storm going. Yeah, right on 380. Okay, yeah. So if you're on Stonebridge and 380, you're probably not going to see any hail because you're way up here, man. And it's diving to your south. So your house is probably going to be fine. Your car is probably going to be fine. Just to the south of you, not so much because we have still over that purple marker. I know Pate's still watching. Yeah, give me some of that purple. We're giving you some. Oklahoma City had their first storm about 6 years yesterday, and Dallas apparently gave us under 24 hours of enjoying having the first pretty good storm of the year. This one seems like it is definitely overdoing it. Okay, so another update. If you look right over the name Frisco, you see the hook. It's getting that classic supercell shape. You got the arc here. This thing is continuing to strengthen, so I'm willing to bet the hail's going to keep getting bigger in this thing, ridiculously. And we already have the delayed report of a golf ball size hail on the corner of Dallas Parkway and University Ave. That was a little while ago before the storm really took off. So I think it looks like the hail is much bigger now. Willing to bet, you're saying tennis ball to baseball size hail, purple swath. If you have hail trace, if you don't have hail trace, you can, if you're watching us on Facebook, I mean, you can get on our website pretty quick. You can give us a call, 855-334-4245. You can get the map pretty quickly here. I'm sure it might just be called Texas right now. So it's on top of McKinney right now. Okay, yes. I believe this is all McKinney in here. The borders of the towns is definitely a little confusing in this section of Texas. But is the warning still? Yeah. It's warned for baseball size hail. Probably why the sirens went off. And if you are along, asking about where the gray is pretty much everywhere where the purple is. Right now, we just got a frame update with this. What happened in Frisco depends on where in Frisco. If you're to the east of Highway 289, you're getting big hail. If you're to the west, probably nothing. And if you are to the south of Main Street here, you probably haven't gotten anything. You haven't seen the friggin' thing. You know what you're talking about. Your McKinney/Melissa, just rain. Yes. Yeah, that's way. So you're way up to the north. That's not happening. You should be fine, Debbie Smith. You're not going to see any hail from this storm. It's going to your south, well to your south. So there's no hail in that. So again, mostly hail falling. We got another update. The storm has a nice arc to it. It's moving pretty much due south-southeast. It's got its sights locked on Allen next. So right now we're over McKinney and parts of Frisco, and then is going to be continuing to move to the south and east towards Allen, Parker, Wiley, and then eventually Rockwall if it continues on this trajectory. Again, we're seeing tennis ball, baseball size hail likely falling in some of these areas here in the purple. Definitely, if we roll the radar back a couple frames, back over on 71, and I'm just going to pick a road here, Townsend Drive. So again, rolling the radar back. If you're just joining us, they had a storm, impacted Denton a little bit with some quarter size hail on the west side of town. Weekend, cycled through, split, and then really took off right over Prosper, dropping some golf ball size hail. Took off, went crazy, and now we're seeing big time hail falling across sections of McKinney and Frisco, Texas. Possibly, we might be seeing some green pants tomorrow. I'll just put it that way. I don't know, what the pictures are going to look like, how crazy this hail is going to be, if it's going to be primarily really big hail, but it's getting that nice look, and so you probably split again here. Okay, I'm just doing double duty, doing the live coverage and also checking out on how the team is doing with all of this. Shout out to Frank. He's the one mapping right now. He's the one that was on call this weekend. I believe Heather is mapping now as well. I'm doing this. Derek's helping out. I think full team's working here on a Sunday evening, guys. And I didn't get to cook. I went grocery shopping, got home, and immediately came on here. Probably not going to be able to cook anything I bought, but that's all well and fine. what we gotta do. Mother Nature doesn't care what day of the week it is, and we don't either. We're here to do that coverage for you. Thanks for tuning in, liking, sharing, and commenting, interacting here on these videos with us, even if I'm not on the green screen. I'm sitting in my guest bedroom. So, latest update, storm continues. No real big updates on here other than it's going crazy and moving more south and east. Like I'd mentioned, when the storm split, they take a right-hand turn. This is probably fairly familiar to some folks, the area that's being impacted. So, I'm about to Postmate some food, said Hail Trace, which is likely Frank. So, God, geez, this thing, okay. So we got a 3.12 inch marker on here. Another severe thunderstorm warning for baseball-sized hail. Naturally, I would be shocked if the National Weather Service in Fort Worth did anything other than baseballs. Now we have another update here. It's moving into Fairview. It's begun to hail along Highway 75. And big hail is now over to Farm Road 2478 and over Independence Parkway along County Road 22. All these areas, you're getting impacted with not only high volumes of hail, but large hail is too. Okay. And now I haven't seen anything. It feels like it, though. Whereabouts in Allen are you, Randy? I'm willing to bet it hasn't gotten to you quite yet. Okay, got a lot going on. Okay, I got a ton of texts on here. Oh, jeez. Okay, hang on. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to keep up with everything going on the Hill Trace side of things, and everything's under control. We're good. And we got another update. Man, look at this. So right in here, guys, I'm going to bring it down one panel. When you start seeing the bright blues, that means you're getting high. That's the radar returns. So that means the radar is seeing a ton of very large objects and a ton of them. You only get up to the bright blues when there's an absolute ton of hail, and usually when it's very large as well. And you can see how it's all stretched out along here. So the hail, it's going to probably be a fairly narrow band of the very large hail here. But it's all very large, that's for sure. So this is almost entirely hail falling anywhere in the purple from here along the El Dorado Parkway all the way down. The hail is definitely much bigger now along Highway 75 and continuing to move to the south and east, again with up to 5 baseball-sized hail. I got sent to I live in McKinney at Wilmeth and Hardin. Okay. Oh, geez. Well, unfortunately, I'm not gonna take the time to look it up right now. But just let me know if you're north. Are you north or south of El Dorado Parkway? I can help you just in the general ballpark of things versus how everything else. It's a big area. Yes, it is a big area, Vic. I mean, it's a fairly narrow swath compared to some other storms we've had where it's just like absolute, nightmare of hail for like a huge area. This is a more focused area of very large hail. Well, look at the overview. See any other reports have come in? No, not quite yet. They'll trickle in as they happen. Poto, look at that. You got some golf ball size hail. Nickel size hail almost got covering the ground downtown Poto. I think somebody mentioned Poto. If you're still watching, you got some golf ball size in Poto. That's going to be a really good new date of loss. Probably some new damage on there as well. Amarillo's hit the other day. I have family there. Amarillo and Lake Tanglewood area, just FYI. Yes, it did get hit there. Thanks, Drew, for telling probably Garrett and stuff. Derek Klein explained how Pink's north of El Dorado, Garrett. Okay, yes, you should be okay. Okay, let's look over by St. Louis. We got some more storms trying to form here over by, what is this, Warrenton, with some golf balls. We're going to have to keep an eye on this. Some other stuff's trying to form here as well over by O'Fallon. We might have to do some double duty here, guys, as St. Louis might be trying to join in on the party in a little bit. Just large quantities. What did I say? Okay. Yeah. So it is in a... Sorry, I'm getting all the questions. North of El Dorado, west of 75. Let's look for a second here. So El Dorado, west of 75. wherever 75 is. Is it 75? Yeah. Okay, you probably are all right. You might not have really gotten too much hail there, Garrett. So it might be okay. Any glass breakage today? Asked Tanner. Oh, well, if we were out chasing this, we probably would have broken some glass. We'll see as pictures come in after the storm ends. Hopefully, we're gonna see a bunch of glass broken. I know a lot of you guys. When you see that, that means there's for sure some serious serious damage in the roof side of things. Anyway, okay. How old is this frame? All right, we're probably going to get another update here in a second, but if you're just joining us, big time hail falling right now. We're probably making our first 5-star map. I think Nathan Higgs and or Melissa is going to win our little contest. Yeah. Wow, this is awesome. 2018 was good, but this year looks to be a great hail year so far. Yes. Yeah, Vic, 2018 was overall a very quiet hail year unless you were in Dallas. Not Dallas. Yeah, Dallas and Denver. This is already, we're seeing a lot more stuff going on. We are, not going to lie, this is just the very beginning of this season. If you're looking long-range forecasting, starting towards the end of next week through April, we're probably going to be off to the races here, guys. So you might be seeing a lot of me on your news feed in the coming weeks here. All right, latest update. Ooh-wee. Okay. Jeez. A lot of greens and blues now, which means we're seeing baseball-sized hail anywhere along Highway 121 over by Highway 75. Man, good God. Okay. Oh, boy. This storm means business, guys. This, whenever it's time, it makes me want to... Holy crap. Oh, my God. Yeah, if you hear me do that, that means we're getting real big-time hail, guys. God, I don't know what it is about McKinney and Allen. Like, what is in the atmosphere here? What are you guys pumping the atmosphere to make these things go friggin' nuts every single time? All right, big hail, real big hail. Yeah, baseball-sized hail for sure. Holy cow. If it's not baseball-sized hail, it's definitely just like endless. Endless. Tennis ball-sized hail, like, golly. All right. Definitely big hail. Of course, now we get a golf ball report. Delayed report, golf balls 5 miles west-southwest of McKinney from then? Oh, boy. Okay. So we got a delayed report of golf balls from this frame over here, west-southwest of McKinney. So this is before the biggest hail hit them. So I think we're green pants tomorrow, says Chris, probably so far. Where's the biggest at so far? Asks Cole Hutchison. I think right now we might be seeing our biggest hail falling. We'll just go down to 2 panels here. If you look at where all this green and blue is at, that's probably what's falling right now. That's probably your biggest hail right now. If you're right along Stacy Road or North Waters Road, you're probably seeing baseball-sized hail, maybe a little bigger, some serious Texas-sized hail. Put it that way, guys. I think we're getting quite a bit of activity, quite a bit of big hail happening here. As there's the golf ball report. So that golf ball report came in late from over here before we even got the really big stuff coming. The closer you get to the updraft, the bigger that hail is going to be. So we got the hail core all focused in here on where that green and the blue is located. So this thing just keeps roaring on by. Definitely lots of big hail, lots of it. Like, we're almost exclusively seeing hail. So when we bring this product up, you just see the gray. That means you're getting primarily hail falling. We're getting, with the CCs, the greens and blues, primarily big hail falling. And then on here, no melting and really big hail falling. So everything screams I'm probably going to see some pretty wild pictures coming in once this thing starts to move on out and people go outside and see the extent of the damage. I keep checking on the warning because sometimes the National Weather Service will receive a picture and they will say it's confirmed with a picture or whatnot. I mean, it's warned for baseball. It's a very dangerous storm. I would do the exact same thing. I would warn it for baseball-sized hail unless I got a report of softballs or something of the sort. Because once it gets really big like this, it gets a little harder to tell without ground truth exactly how big it gets. It kind of maxes out around the baseball marker, and then once it gets bigger than that, you just kind of got to see what's going on. Okay, to the west, though, there's might be some more activity on the way here, guys. Looks like we have an attempt at a storm here by Justin Argyle. This thing keeps trying to get its act together. And for those of you wondering, in Tarrant County and Dallas County, if you're going to see anything, we have another storm trying to fire up over to the west of Pelican Bay and Eagle Mountain. So, again, we may not be done with just this one storm as more activity is trying. Yeah, this thing is blowing up here by Azel and or by Justin. So we may see some more activity coming in the near future. With this latest update, it looks like Allen, Texas is getting blasted yet again. What was this morning? Did we update? Man, come on, somebody, throw the bone here. Give us some more big time hail. So, pretty long hail time here too. So it started hailing. So let's just do. I'm gonna put a point right here. Started hailing right around there. Probably severe at that one at 23:35. So that's 6:35. Moving through, and it's still hailing. That's 12 minutes later, and it's still hailing. Probably pretty big hail. Your biggest hail probably fell just a couple minutes ago at that specific location. So pretty good hail time. Definitely over 10 minutes. Quite a bit. Jason says, just moved from McKinney area to Rockport, Texas, where Harvey smashed it. Still here rebuilding. Might have to make a trip. Sirens went off in Frisco now. Looks scary outside, says April. How you doing? Well, I'd say that is fair. This storm probably looks real angry off to the north or south or any direction you're seeing it at. It is a super tall storm. Let's go ahead and bring up that 3D. I haven't looked at that in a while. And we're flirting with 50,000 feet. And man, this hail core is no joke. It is maintaining itself. There's no weakening of it at all. The storm is healthy and cycling through no problems here. It keeps going. I timed roughly 25 minutes straight in Frisco, Texas. That makes, that makes perfect sense. Again, we were at we were at 12 minutes and it was still hailing on just the one little area I grabbed. So time hail. Looks like another 2-inch report just popped in, up to 2-inch hail in Allen. Let's see. Yeah, so a 2-inch report has come in as well. Man, is this guy? Now I'm getting curious. Are we going to see really, really big hail, or are we going to be seeing extremely high volumes of 2-inch and golf ball size hail, which is probably going to be just as intense. If you guys remember 2016, there was with Allen getting blasted, Melissa just won. Concede. Yeah, no, I know I'm not going to win. I said Birmingham. I lost. So, how about Legacy / Dallas North Tollway area? Let's see. Where is Legacy at? I wish I knew these towns really fast. I know where the Dallas Tollway is at. It's right here, right? Yeah. Those areas, you're probably fine. I mean, there's not much other beyond it. We're gonna have to see what these storms do to the back to the west. So, in the meantime here, just with these updates, again, the update we have right now, angry looking storm, very high volumes of hail. Let's go 5-star, baby. Yeah, it's likely going to be, it's hitting a lot of people, a ton of hail. I'm willing to bet this will end up being a 5-star unless, some other stuff comes in that's not too much. Ability to pour golf balls, so I wonder if we're going to see any really big reports coming in yet. Okay, off to the west, up to the north here by St. Louis. Again, watching these storms, see if anything gets going. Right now, it's off to your west, but we're going to keep an eye on it. So big hail in Frisco and Allen. Correct. Yes, that is what's happening. Further to the south, Arkansas. Oh, wow, 2-inch hail over by Poto now. Man, that thing must be going crazy. In Oklahoma. And then here across McKinney, this is where we're seeing biggest storm of the day. Looks like we have across the Allen area. Any possibility for other storms tonight in the DFW? Yes, we're looking at storms right now, trying to get its act together across Coral City. No hail there yet. just north of Denton, and then this other storm over by Pelican Bay. We'll see if they can get themselves together or if they're going to get undercut by the cold front. We'll see, though. Either way, there's other storms trying to get their act together, so this may not be the only storm. Next update here. Okay, we're getting some more 2-inch hail in south of McKinney. Again, a lot, man. Okay, so we're getting a lot of 2-inch to golf ball reports. I'm curious to see. Are you seeing the 3.5-inch MEHS 100% severe hail northeast of 121 Dallas Toy? Yeah, I definitely am, Chet. So here's the MEHS is what people are talking about, the potential for severe hail. Yeah, I mean, we're for sure getting severe hail going on here. We can go to 2. There we go. Again, continued. Looks like I'm willing to bet some of the biggest hail is falling right now, right along 75 and East Exchange Parkway. And I'm holding true to seeing a purple swath on here of up to some baseball size hail. I'm surprised that we're only getting the golf ball to 2-inch report. So we're either getting an insane amount of golf ball to 2-inch hail, or we're getting well upwards into the baseball size. Is that vortex signature touchdown? No. All the rotation is definitely in the mid levels, and that's helped making this hail very large versus any tornadic activity. Chance of big hail in St. Louis. Jay, looks like right now the St. Louis chances are not the greatest. We really just have to kind of see how things play out with all these storms over by Wright City. Pretty much riding along I-70. I think if any of these can really get themselves going. I got some video of hail if you want me to send it. Yes, Caleb, send it to our Hail Trace page. Just send it as a direct message or something. I don't think you can send in the comments on here of the live video because of Facebook's weird rules. But feel free to send that to us, or you can send to us on Intercom if you go on hailtrace.com. We'd love to see the video and just kind of say where it was, and it helps us a ton to help just get that ground truth for you guys to make our maps even more accurate than they are from the get-go. All right. So anyway, with the storm going on right now, continue to be warned for baseball size hail. We haven't gotten a baseball report coming yet. I'm actually going to take a second off screen here to check out on social media. I'm going to try to see if I can see if we got any big time hail. I'm mapping 3-inch hail, says Frank. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. I'm seeing a lot of hail. Okay. I'm just thumbing through. Alrighty then. Alright, hang on guys. I'm looking through some pictures right now. I'm just thumbing through Twitter really fast. Definitely high volume, that's for sure. Holy crap. Okay. What did Derek just send? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. No, they're getting 3-inch hail, guys. Derek just sent a pretty wild video of a pool that is getting annihilated. So I think we'll probably post that on our Facebook because it's pretty freaking crazy. It's wild. Holy cow. All right. Yeah, no, they're getting... Yeah, this is probably going to be a 5-star map, guys. Yeah, that was... Holy crap. That was nuts. Yeah, so again, we're seeing a widespread golf ball 2-inch hail with hail up to baseballs happening. Another frame update here. Okay, so in Allen, we're right along North Allen... really? North Allen Heights Drive. Looks like we're going to be seeing really big hail right now. April says check 121 in Lebanon, Frisco. I'm gonna search that off. I'm just gonna bring up Google Maps on my other one so I can get you guys. And bring this up. Where is that in relation to everything else? find that really fast. Ooh, I think that got hit. One. One golf course. Road. Sorry guys, this is what happens when I'm not from the Dallas area. I'm trying to. Ooh, it cut it. I think it cut it pretty close here, guys. Yeah, I think it hailed at that location there, April, but probably pretty brief. Probably just got clipped a little bit on that one. But and if it didn't hail there, then I mean, also not surprising. But it's close by the Cowboy Star. So I think it passed already, thankfully. So, or not thankfully. I don't know if he wanted to get hit. Whoa. Oh man, Chuck coming in with like more advanced questions here. Hey. Okay. Anyway, so right now, here, okay, most recent update here, North Tollway, yeah. So I think that area, I think, might have just briefly gotten some hail. Okay, so right along the East Main Street in Allen, you're getting big hail right now. I think the hail sizes might be starting to come down a little bit. Let me look at it in 3D. Let's see how this thing looks in 3D. And roll back a little bit. Or it's still just kind of on the same course. Yeah, it looks basically the same. So it looks like we're probably dropping continued very large hail. Nothing but cosmetic damage, folks. Stay home, said Eric. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I think the storm, as is moving right now, isn't looking as healthy as it did a few minutes ago. So I'm thinking by the time it gets to Wiley, we're going to be more down to just like ping pong and golf ball size hail. I think the biggest hail is falling now or beginning to end, and then it's going to, proceed to get smaller as we get closer to Wiley and Rockwall and the lake over here. Okay, there's conversations going on. But even though we're only seeing golf ball and 2-inch reports so far, just thumbing through Twitter really fast, and then a video that Derek sent in and getting confirmation from people we know, we're getting 3-inch hail reports coming in, and a video that was absolutely friggin' nuts of just like outrageous amount of hail destroying this pool. So I think we got a pretty good storm on our hands here, guys. And I don't think this is going to be the last one. We have a storm strengthening now. Again, over by Pelican Bay, we've been talking about this for a little bit. We bring this to the 4 panels. Looks like, yeah, we're trying to strengthen. Let's see what the echo tops are like on this. Yeah, trying to strengthen here over by, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do, over by Pelican Bay. And it's going to continue to strengthen. And that will be moving towards Keller and maybe towards Grapevine, towards the airport. We finally got to see 3-inch hail in DFW. All right. What about the one in Pelican Bay? There you go. The chat might be a little behind. It looks like this one's strengthening. So we're gonna our coverage of the other storm may wind down, and we may take off on this one here. Anything for Indianapolis area? Not in Indianapolis. I'm sorry, buddy. Sorry, Francisco. It's all Texas and probably St. Louis for here. So again, this storm might be the next area of concern by Pelican Bay. Storm couldn't get itself together by Argyle, unfortunately. I think the atmosphere is getting worked over from a monster that is currently over Allen and now going towards Parker and Lucas. It looks like it looks rough here in Allen, said Svetlana. Yep, that's, believe that, man. It looks like the storm is beginning to weaken a little bit, kind of include the RFD, the rear flank downdraft, basically the really strong wind around the inflow. Usually you get that from a tornado, get it from the strong supercells as well. Might be trying to cut off the inflow of the storm, which means it's going to start start to weaken a little bit as we keep moving to the south and east. Now we have a new warning issued. Probably warning, yeah, tennis ball size hail. They're kind of backing off a little bit. They probably see that this is weakening as well as this continues to keep going. Just started a downpour here. I don't know where you are at, Svetlana. Very comments left and right. I think it's turning due south to Austin. We'll pick up. Need hail in St. Louis area. Big American. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There needs to be some hail in St. Louis. You guys haven't had one in a while. All right. Yeah, I mean, you got some strong winds that went across Highway 75 and now probably in Parker as well, just from the rear flank downdraft impacting the area. Let's just see. Yeah, there's definitely some pretty strong winds on that bad boy there. So again, we see the marker coming down. The storm's starting to weaken. It's cutting off its own inflow, so I think it's starting to weaken. So the hail sizes are going to probably come down pretty quick on this as it continues to move to the south and east towards Wiley, Texas. If any of you guys work Dallas area, you know Wiley in 2016 was a monster. But I don't think you're going to be seeing hail like that in this particular storm as this continues to move to the south and east. And again, I think it's starting to weaken a little bit as we get closer towards Rockwall County. All right, man, I am getting my phone's blowing up, guys, which means this must be a big deal. Thanks for dropping that knowledge there, Chet. I mean, again, I'm a meteorologist here. A lot of the stuff, the intricacies about the roofing industry, I don't know too much. I'm just trying to give you guys the weather information to help let you know how things are panning out. Yeah, we got the 2-inch egg and golf ball size hail in North Frisco, Maine, and Pine Bridge. That was a report that came in. Up to 2-inch hail in Allen, 2-inch hail south of McKinney. Vague reports, basically. And again, whoa, is that a baseball report up there? Holy cow. That Poto storm, look at that. Got baseball size hail now south and east of Poto, Oklahoma. Look at that. That's going to be moving into Arkansas. And that unfortunately, is far south of Fort Smith. UTX is both BS. Yeah, don't worry. It's just the beginning of the season, guys. There's going to be plenty of storms. This isn't the one and done. I'm going to check in on St. Louis right now, and a lot of subsevere hail. That is not encouraging for St. Louis, but again, who knows? We might have some. We're keeping an eye. We'll see if something gets its act together over there. Jumping back into the Dallas area, we have the storm is continuing to weaken. Look at it. Dennis says, so it's all 5-star, correct? I would have to double check with Derek. I'm gonna go ahead and make an assumption that it will be a 5-star map. If not, probably the best 4-star we've ever done. But I'm willing to bet this may be a 5-star map here. So storm right now is beginning to weaken. It looks like the rear flank downdraft. The wind has cut off its inflow, cut off the energy for the engine, and the hail is gonna start to go down in size a little bit here. You can see, so I'm going to roll the radar back. You can see how high it was before in 3D, and it's now continuing to collapse a little bit. We'll see if it re-strengthens itself and gets act together again, or if this is going to be the beginning of the end of this particular storm as we head towards Wiley, and right now it's over Lucas. Again, I think we're probably seeing hail there right now, smaller than the 3-inch hail and everything from earlier, probably more likely the ping pong ball to golf ball range and starting to go down in size a little bit. And yes, 5-star map. Derek I saw a text in our group chat. So yeah, this will be the first 5-star map of the year. Hopefully it is labeled a 5-star map on our site. I'm sure somebody is working on that. So off to the west though. So we're still watching this guy over back by Pelican Bay. Is it going to get overtaken by the cold front? I don't know. I don't know how it's going to pan out here, guys. We may be cutting it pretty close on this one. It's still trying to grow, trying to get bigger. We'll be watching this as it obviously is going to be immediately moving into the Tarrant County, the extremely densely populated Tarrant County. Pate says, my kids have used the bathroom 3 times since the storm started. Hashtag potty train. Good job, Pate. And the storm over here by Double Oak, I wouldn't be surprised if this is trying to strengthen a little bit too. A little bit. It's struggling, but hey, it could happen. We could see this happen here, guys. Yeah, okay. Weakening continue. Rapid weakening now occurring. Man, that's crazy. This thing must have just like hit a wall of stability or something to really kind of slow this bad boy down. So we may be getting winding down towards the end of this particular storm as it's moving to this pretty much almost southeast towards Wiley. It will impact Wiley. You'll probably get some quarters in Wiley and then maybe towards Rock Wall. Over towards the north and east, you see a whole line of storms that have been happening. It's not the only storm that's happening today. Apparently, we've had a hell of a storm over by Poto and Monroe. We had up to some baseball-sized hail on this bad boy. So Oklahoma has been in on the fun in southeastern Oklahoma. This storm has been going crazy over here. Definitely some new damage for that area. Fortunately, northwestern Arkansas didn't see quite too much. Moving up the line here over by St. Louis. Looks like we're seeing some development happening. We're gonna watch. Hopefully this doesn't go too linear. We can keep things kind of isolated the way it is right now. Maybe we can actually see some hail. Again, St. Louis, your chances are still there. The biggest hail, unfortunately, stayed to your south so far. It's kind of what I was saying in the video today. I was a little nervous that it wasn't going to quite make it that far north. There was really big hail and that stuff over there, and I don't think quite made it there. And it seemed to be the case. But we're seeing these storms over by O'Fallon and New Haven. We'll see if they can get their act together and move towards St. Louis in the coming next hour or so. I can't believe a baseball report hasn't come in McKinney. That's freaking crazy. Wiley, yeah, people in Wiley might be going through. Yes, yeah, Derek, that's true. Hail went through the roofs and beat a couple of years ago. Yeah, 2016. People in Wiley, Texas know all about how crazy hail can be. They had about 4-inch hail and like 80-mile-per-hour winds that blew right through decking and into their kitchens and living rooms. So that storm was wild. Nothing like that's about to hit them right now. They're probably going to maybe see some quarters as this thing is rapidly falling apart. The hail is falling out, and it's going to end up probably very quickly go from really big hail to sub-severe hail in this storm. Storm trying to probably split. Yeah, it's trying to split here by Pelican Bay. So we'll see if this can actually get its act together a little bit. This is interesting. We definitely have you can definitely see very easily a fine split of this storm. So the roll back, you see how it was one, and now we got this storm shooting off to the north, and maybe this guy can get going here, and that would move in that direction again. Probably might not be the last storm we see here in the Dallas area. We might see some more hail coming with this thing. So 5-star map available. It is available on our website right now on hailtrace.com. What are you waiting for? You can get yourself on there. Get it right now, and it'll be obviously continue to be updated as storms are occurring. We'll get the house counts and all that stuff on there as things go on. Pictures will be uploaded as we find them and able to verify their location and that they're legit and everything. So it'll be continuously updating, but you can get it now if you're not a subscriber, or you can subscribe with us. You get that and all other future storms because, hey, it's March 24th, and the storm season in the Dallas area go all the way till June. So we got a lot of storm season to go with here. Probably not the only 5-star map this year in the Dallas area. I almost guarantee it. So, all right. One of those tweets was for Poto. Okay. All right. I'm going to be off screen for a second, and I'm going to actually look up some pictures. I want to see if I can grab a sweet picture for you guys. If you have any pictures, feel free to send them to us. Send them to our Facebook page on Hailtrace. Don't send them in the chat. It's not going to work. It's Facebook's issue. They don't let us send pictures and videos within the chat. So just send it to our Facebook page and we can get it there. Okay. Let's see. Looking around. Boy, Alberto. There we go, guys. There's a picture for you right there. If it loads, there we go. That should help you out a little bit. Some big time. That 2-incher. That one goes in about 2.5 tennis ball there. Big hail on Craig Ranch in McKinney. So again, this is I was looking for about 15 seconds and I found a really big hailstone. So picture of it looks like a lot of big hailstones. So again, easy 5-star map for you guys. Okay, Jeff asks, let me read this real quick. Any chance of storms on south side DFW like you mentioned earlier today? Rowlett and Rockwall need hail. Well, unfortunately, friggin' storm is dying before it gets to Rockwall and Rowlett. You might be able to squeeze out a quarter or two by the time it gets there, but it's rapidly decaying. Otherwise, we're watching these storms trying to get their acts together in the Dallas area. This may or may not actually do it. We'll see. Over by Fort Worth, again, the other one was meandering for a while and then it just took off. So we hate start your engines, boys. It's go time. I agree with that. We here at Hail Trace, our go time apparently has started as we are off to the races. We made a couple big maps in a row here, and just as a heads up, tomorrow we could see some storms in Atlanta. Little tease for later, and possibly again a little while we could see some storms maybe meander over to St. Louis. So off to the races. Storm season has begun in this last full weekend of March. All right, I'm going to keep looking for some pictures. I'll bring over the best pictures that I can stumble upon here, guys. Oh, that's pretty good. Ooh, thank you, Trisha, for sending us a photo here. Yeah, keep sending us the photos. We will be able to check them out. Dang, that's a big hailstone. Ooh, that is a big one in there. Yeah, this is definitely a very high volume event. Very high volume. Let's see what picture Trisha sent us here. Okay. Jeez. Yeah, so this gives you an idea, guys, of how much hail fell. Very high volumes of hail. So I think we're probably seeing primarily golf ball 2-inch size hail, and then maybe some of the really big stones mixing in with this. That's what it looks like to me. I don't want to play the video. James Allen sent a picture here. Of course, the classic hailstone on car. How do you differentiate yourself from the competition in the DFW market? Yeah, I'd love to know that too. I mean, man, boy, you guys are saturated out there. I mean, holy cow, there's a lot out there. Man, look at this, guys. It looks like it's snow. This looks like some Denver hail. Like the volume of it, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I think I might have found some on Twitter that you guys might like. Nice little video here. There you go, guys. That gives you an idea of what's happened in this storm here. A whole lot of hail, So it's probably, again, first 5-star map of the year. Looks to be pretty high volume. What are those green and red diamonds on your GR analyst? Chat asks. So these diamonds, we have a bunch of customizations to this. The diamonds are just with the hail algorithm. So normal on GR analyst, they're little green triangles. Well, for us, for visual purposes, we made it a color-coded diamond system, so you can just for efficiency's sake, you can see, okay, this hollowed out orange diamond, that's like 1 to 1.25 inch. This one's for, there we go, tennis ball report. Finally, good God, it took forever for them to get a tennis ball report out in McKinney. Especially because we've seen some pictures. I've seen some pictures of 3-inch hail already. So that's all it is. It's just a color code system. We have a lot of customizations on here. So if you're familiar with GR Analyst, that's probably why it looks different than what you normally see. Anyway. So. Alrighty then. Man, 100 people watching here. Okay, next update with the radar. I know we've been taking a little detour looking on Facebook. Storm has weakened considerably. I think we're almost, I almost say all clear on the severe hail. We have the 4-panel real fast. Yeah, I think we're pretty much all she wrote for the severe hail. By the last remaining quarters maybe falling out, but otherwise we're done. It's more for ping pongs, but yeah. Another tennis ball, yeah. So there we go. We've seen the blue on the map here. You want to see those blue reports. The pink reports are the most intense ones. Those are the softball reports, but I knew there wasn't softballs in this. So tennis ball, baseball size hail. I think we saw confirmed 3-inch hailstones as well. As man, yeah, this thing went crazy. I got home from the grocery store just in time, guys. It's Dallas area time again. Yeah, so off to the west, it looks like one of the couple storms trying to get going off to the north, but more importantly, the storm over by Haslett here, still trying. This thing is desperately trying to get its act together. I really don't know if it's actually going to do it or not, but it's trying, guys. It's trying as it's getting towards Keller. We'll see if we can actually get something to take off. If we can get off this bound, if we can get off of the cold front here, we could really take off. This thing couldn't get going over by Louisville. These storms are weakening. I think the main storm is killing anything else to happen in Denton, oh God, and Collin County. So that is overall overview of what's happening right now. Things are again beginning to wind down, but the damage is done. Big time hailstorm, 5-star map. Again, you can check that out on hailtrace.com. If you're watching us on Facebook, it's a real easy click. Hop, skip, and a jump away. You just open another tab, unless you're on your phone. Then Google it. Bring out that Safari. Man, holy cow! Poto really got blasted. Apparently, God, I got like baseballs, 2-inch golf balls. Still dropping golf balls. So the atmosphere was primed today for big time hail. I did a forecast earlier and I said 2-inch hail for the Dallas area with the potential for more. And honestly, the models, they were like, screw this for the storm. A few hours ago, I was out grocery shopping and then didn't matter. It happened anyway. Is the main one done or is it going to drop out towards Rockwell? I believe it is basically done. So we're looking at right here. And yeah, the yellow diamond means where that's sub-severe. And it is really over Wiley and everything. It's falling apart. There's a shadow of its former self. It may not even impact Rockwall. It's starting to move off to the east. As it does that, that's going to be game over. So our big hail has already fallen. So it looks like we're for everything beginning to wind down. Other showers are going to be moving in. These have in Little Elm and over by Louisville. These likely do not have any hail at all, and if it does, it's very, very small. And again, this storm is really, really trying over by Haslett and Keller to get its act together. I don't know if it's going to quite make it. I think it keeps getting undercut by the cold front that's going. Baseballs, baby. Let's go Texas. That's right, Boris. So again, there was a lot of instability in the air today. Really looks like we had atmosphere was primed for really big hail. I had 2 areas I highlighted. The area here, and had it just right by Dallas. I had it in Dallas at first, and I pulled it back just a little bit. I wasn't sure if storms were actually going to happen, but I knew if a storm happened, it was going to be crazy. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. And Over the other area I was looking at was over here where we had some big time hail as well, tennis balls in here. That was my other highlight area. We even had a tornado. All just barely stayed to the south of St. Louis, unfortunately. And now I'm kind of keeping a close eye on this storm as they are trying to get themselves together. I don't know if we're going to see anything more than maybe quarter-size hail in St. Louis with this activity right now. It's a little too linear for things to really take off. So, all right, I see more questions coming in, guys. Okay, Rachel asks, how's the rest of the night looking for DFW? The rest of the evening, once we have this potential storm, if this does anything, that will be our last storm. I think for the most part, we are starting to wind down a little bit as the front is sagging to the south. A lot of energy has been used up in the atmosphere from that first storm that really blasted through the area. You hadn't joined, you saw, we had over quite a few tennis ball, baseball size hail, probably some couple isolated 3 inches, and then very high volumes of golf ball 2-inch hail. I think we're going to see quite a bit of dented up cars from this and quite a bit of damage on roofs, assuming it's not impacting some areas that have been hit 1,000 times in the past couple of years. So overall, big time storm, guys. First 5-star of the year here at Hail Trace. So expect Derek tomorrow for our forecast video with the green pants because, well, that's how we roll here at Hail Trace. 5-star days means Derek's doing the video and he's wearing his green pants. That green pants hopefully are out his bag and ready to go. So we have a new severe thunderstorm warning on the northern fringes of Collin County, probably for quarter-size hail. Whole bunch of activity. This storm, little pocket of quarters out in a pretty rural area, maybe head towards Anna, Texas. Overall, man, I really don't know if this guy can get going. I think the cold front is undercutting our storm that's now moving into Keller. And unfortunately, when the cold air undercuts, it basically takes the feet off from the storm, kind of kills your chances for some hail. Elsewhere, some other storms going on. I think we're winding down a little bit, at least in the short term. Nothing crazy to speak of in the St. Louis area yet, as those storms are moving towards them. We only had one wild storm over by Poto, Oklahoma, way out in far southeastern Oklahoma, and a lot of gray clouds here. All right, a lot of comments coming in. Okay, I'm trying to look up some more pictures for you guys to check out while we are a little bit of a quieter timeline. Whoa, volume fell wild. How's this bad boy look? What's this video like? Okay, yeah. Here you go, guys. We'll check. Bring a little hail video up for you guys. It's I don't know if you're gonna get the audio from it, but let's.
Stay away from the windows and get in the closet.
This was in McKinney. You can see the really big splashes, are probably those tennis ball, baseball sized hailstones, and I can hear them too. Oh, and the video froze. But anyway, that's what we're looking at. That is the activity that we had from this storm here that looks like it's trying to re-strengthen itself a little bit as it moves towards Rockwall. It'll be over on the eastern sides of it to the, I don't have that road file loaded, dang. Where's that, said Justin? That was in McKinney, in Craig Ranch, I guess. What's this video? Yeah. Can't see anything with that one. It was just someone from inside. Yeah, so as the storm moved through Lucas, so this was after it started to weaken, it still dropped, it looks like, very high volumes of up to ping pong ball size hail. A lot of people had lost shovels. Yeah, we're all over the place on these posts here. Okay, Ricky Ford's asking, any hail in Grand Prairie, Irving, or Arlington area? Does not appear so. Most, if not all, of Tarrant and Dallas County may get away with no hail on this. So, yeah, we had up to tennis ball size hail. Ignore the sound of my dogs out in the other room. We get a little rowdy with each other. Storm might be trying to reorganize a little bit here, guys, as we're moving towards Rockwall County. Let me get those roads on here so I can help you out a little bit more on this. Give me a second. While I'm doing that, let's just run a commercial.
After a billion-dollar hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help you save time and get claims paid faster.
Okay. Here, commercial wasn't quite long enough for me to get that on here without you seeing it, but these are all our road files so we can tell you guys. I have them updated probably next year. Any hail in Colorado, asks Arthur? You're going to have to wait a little bit. Don't worry, Colorado will for sure get some hail. Probably even as early as the end of April, maybe once we get into May. I'm sure you're thinking about Front Range area, like Denver and Colorado Springs, Pueblo. That will be May. I mean, fortunately, that's just kind of how the timeline is. You're going to have to sit and watch all these other storms before you guys get your time to shine. So, I mean, it looks like the storm may actually try to get its act together a little bit here. We might still be able to squeak out some maybe quarter, $50 size hail as we move towards Rockwall, especially the eastern sides of town, maybe over by Fate. I think that's definitely possible, some quarter size hail with that, even knowing it's more for ping pong balls. Storm trying to strengthen a little bit here. Looking real disorganized over by Anna, but it's possible. Send some hail to Detroit area. Oh, Blake, that is sometimes a tall order. We may see some hail this year a little bit later on. Detroit, you guys, other than that stuff that happened a couple weeks ago, or was that last week maybe? Yeah, last week, which is very anomalous, very unusual for the time of year. You're going to have to wait till probably June, honestly. And I think in my forecast, I didn't have you guys as the greatest bet for hail this year either, but it is certainly possible. I don't think we're going to see any good storms here in Keller. This thing seems to really want to get undercut by the cold front. Bad news bears, and as this continues to push east, that kills the threat. So really, we're winding down on the chance. Is there a way to replay the whole storm in GR Analyst? Yeah, chat. You can go on, I believe, search Iowa State radar feed. You can go you can go on the National Weather Service, ncdc.gov, and you can bring up the radar and get the time frame. So you can just download the time frame that you need for that, and then load it into the radar when it's not on live mode. You can check it out that way. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, what the heck? Oh, my comments came in a second time. A tornado warning up in Arkansas now. It's a fairly rural area. It was going to hit, you know? Oh, it's not gonna hit, you know. Okay, good. Got family up in there. Otherwise, Illinois, you guys are seeing storms, but not much in the way of hail, just a little bit of quarter activity. I don't think things are looking too good for St. Louis. I think this is going to be winding down. Did Wiley get hit? If so, how big? Well, Wiley, Texas, I think you probably... Oh, yeah, look at that. That thing is strengthening. Whichever one of you guys wanted the storm to get towards Rockwall, you might get your wish here. The storm might have heard you. Might have done a really good hail dance. Wiley, not really. Not much. I don't think you guys got really much of any hail at all. Most of this hail was over the lake, and then it's starting to restrengthen. I believe it is a cold front. Let me double check. Yeah, it's a weak cold front, but it's a cold front. Didn't even rain Wiley. Yeah, there you go. I think most of Wiley didn't see the storm, unless you're in like this one area right here where you got the hook, which I don't think had any hail in it. You didn't see any hail or even like rain. Yeah, it looks like storm's trying to re-strengthen a little bit here as we're getting towards Rockwall, Fate, Mobile City, or by Nevada and Lavon. This is the wave through North Dallas, already gone through, or more coming in the next hours. Thanks, Ask Joel. This right here is going to be probably it. I know I was saying it was going to be around 9, but apparently the models whiffed pretty hard, and I've learned through the years that Dallas kind of does what it wants sometimes. You got a huge city like this, the urban heat island effect can do some wonky stuff. Got pretty warm today, and that broke the cap. That keeps everything intact, and this just went to town. So we may see this storm here as it's over Roanoke as it keeps moving north. We might keep going off to the north here. We might see it strengthen a little bit. John, who dresses better, Boris, for me? I'm not going to answer these questions on the feed here, Pete. You guys both dress very professionally. We'll put it that way. Check out Premier Claims, guys, on here. I know. And check Premier Claims, C3 Group, all your claims needs. Both of those guys seem great. Copper Mark, we got a whole bunch of people. Obviously, C3 Group is our sponsor. I'm going to recommend them, but if you guys need any of that stuff, go right ahead. I don't want to get any trouble with any sponsor stuff. All right. Yeah, so further north, this storm, Van Alstyne, you're getting some quarter-size hail here too. So there's still hail happening. It's just not quite the extent that it was before. We got a rewarn. The warning's been updated here. Probably, $1 size hail. I think the return of quarter to $1 size hail as the storm moves down to the south towards Fate, Royce City as well. Probably going to see some quarter $1. Fort Worth going to get anything? No, I do not believe Fort Worth is going to get any storms at all. I think it's all going to stay here north. It's all going to stay north of the I-820 loop. Same with Arlington. I don't think Arlington's going to see anything either unless this can somehow miraculously get its act together and take off while it's along the front. Wouldn't be surprised we could see some hail. This north split thunderstorm that went through Roanoke as it heads towards Copper Canyon, Highland Village, Lake Dallas, Corinth. We'll see if that can actually do something or if it's just going to keep maintaining itself. We are working your Texas town pronunciations, John. Yes, we do. Or I should just do a whole video where you guys yell at me about not knowing how these towns are pronounced. My only defense is let's go up to Massachusetts and do some pronunciations. But yeah, I do need to work on it a little bit. I know every year I'm like, I'll find some time to actually learn them, and then I don't because it's busy, unfortunately. Yeah, so low-key, like, real good storm. This storm over by Poto. I know there's not a lot out there, but it's like a Fort Smith roofer. You want to go check out some of the houses in here and some of the businesses. It looks like a pretty good storm. Baseball-sized hail's nothing to scoff at any time. So we had some quarters move through, what town is this over here? Hardin, Illinois. So again, I honestly think we're going to see mostly subsevere hail across St. Louis with this line of storms, if any hail at all, depending on how it looks in a little while. It hasn't been very promising. I honestly think we're probably going to see either subsevere or no hail at all in St. Louis, unfortunately. Again, that was my big concern in the forecast today was it going to actually get there? And biggest storms did indeed stay south of St. Louis, so I don't know if we're going to quite make it. My big concern in Dallas was whether they're going to fire or not, and they sure did. Who wants to see some pictures of hail and videos of North Texas? Go to my Facebook page. Go to April's Facebook page. Sure, there's quite a few pictures there. What are we at on the stream here? Hour 40? Oh boy, I gotta get. This is small potatoes compared to other stuff. Whoa, okay. Actually, looks like we have a pretty solid hail marker here. So we may be in business. We may see some more hail here in a second, guys. So I'm actually going to take a second. Do I have any other commercials loaded up? No, I don't. Not on this laptop. Dang it. I'm going to take 1 second to get a drink of water. I'm going to not pause the stream. When I throw the commercial, I'm going to move pretty quick to the kitchen, get myself a drink of water because my throat's getting a little raspy. And we'll continue in a second. I believe this is going to go severe warning as it heads towards Corinth and Highland Village as we have a storm rapidly moving to the northeast. These north split storms tend to take off. So I think we're not quite done yet. I'll be right back in just a second.
After a $1 billion hailstorm hits an area, your focus should be on running your business, not on insurance claims. We have helped streamline the insurance process for hundreds of roofing contractors across the U.S., and we can do it for yours too. Visit us online at c3adjusters.com and learn how we can help you save time and get claims paid faster.
Almost. I almost did it in the course of one commercial break. But I got some water now. We should be good to go. Nope. Go back. And we're not going to have my dogs come in here either. So, all right, guys. So, update here. Okay. Looks like we're seeing some. So I think we're seeing some hail starting to fall on Flower Mound here. Let me go 4 panels. Yeah, I think we might be starting to see some. Nothing crazy. Might be maybe some near quarter size hail. Again, this is in Flower Mound along the Farm Road 1171. And maybe over by Huntwick Lane. See that a little bit of the red, the pinks in there and everything. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of hail falling here again. Maybe up to some quarter-size hail, but I expect this to get severe one pretty soon as it's moving towards Highland Village very quickly. This will be a short hail time. But hey, it's a storm that is indeed getting its act together. I don't know if this one in Keller is going to do it. I'll look at a couple more panels here. Just get a better idea of what I'm looking at. Yeah, that's back white. That one's taken off for sure. I don't know if this one by Cal. I think this storm is getting undercut by the cold front, so it's going to have a really hard time keeping its strength or even gaining any strength. Nicholas says, I haven't stopped doing my hail dance Saturday. It's working. It is indeed working there, man. And looks like we're seeing, this thing's got to be getting severe warning now. I think we're seeing a period of quarter size hail here in Flower Mound. Oh, yeah, Royce City, I think you're getting a little bit of hail. You're probably getting some quarters. I don't. Looks like it's getting away from Rockwall. Again, it's weakening yet again. What is the path of the Flower Mound cell? Looks like going pretty much north-northeast, so right towards Highland Village and Lake Dallas, and then kind of roll. Jeez, Aubrey Storm. What is he talking about? Okay. Is this warned yet? Yes, it is warned. There we go. It just hasn't showed up on GR, the other radar thing. Yeah, warned for $half size sale. That makes sense. Quarter, $half. I'm willing to bet. These things can be sneaky though. These little guys, they can really ramp up and drop some really big time hail. So right now, I think in quarter, $half size hail. Quick hail time, only a couple minutes, and then a lot of smaller hail. Just races to the northeast. So again, maybe like a 2-minute hail time on this. The main storm, the storm from earlier, looks like Royce City, Rockwall is falling apart. I think it gave its last gasp. I think Arlington is possible. I think Arlington is, unless the storm by Keller can make a miraculous strengthening, I don't think it's happening in Arlington today. That's my honest opinion. Quarter size hail at my house in Double Oak. That makes sense. I'm assuming you're probably somewhere in here. Quarter $half size hail is, I don't think we're seeing anything crazy. I mean, if it continues to strengthen, then yeah, we might get some bigger hail a little bit later on. But yeah, we'll put that nice little pop up here in now into Louisville. So like right along West College Park, the College Parkway, and Kilpatrick Lane. You're seeing some quarter, maybe some $half size hail falling. It's going to rapidly move towards the lake. And you gotta be kidding me. Is it gonna hang on guys. Yeah, doing some live radar analysis here. So this right here is particularly interesting. It's right by Flower Mound. That one looks to be a little hook. Now, it could just be radar garbage, noise, or it could be an attempt at going from a split where the inflow is coming from here to turning into a normal supercell. In that case, well, it'd be a different story. We could see something else go on. But it could just be noise. We'll see how this evolves over the next couple of minutes here. But right now it's looking fairly interesting. But right now, again, quarter, maybe some $half size hail here. Double Oak, Louisville, Flower Mound, this general area. Anywhere you see in the pink right now, that's probably your best bet. This storm in Keller might try and get its act together a little bit too. It could get its act together. Let me look at it in 3D as well. Just kind of analyzing, see, is this the little storm that could? It really wants. It wants to become a big storm. It's just not quite in there. How's it going there, Oz? And yeah, this next radar update is interesting. Let's see. That's pretty good hill. Okay. Oh, sorry, Alan. I'm still alive. Can't answer the phone right now. All right. Oh yeah. Hey, that's what we're here for. Okay. No. So honestly, I'm just waiting for an update here and see if these two guys can get their acts together. Look at this radar is about 4 minutes old. Let's see if we can get these things strengthen. I'm really curious to see if this storm here, right in here, can go supercellular on its own and not be going like this, but actually curve and then go east. Because if that's the case, we could see a much better storm because it'll pull away from the cold front. I was looking for Louisiana or Missouri, asks Oz. Well, let's see. Louisiana, you got a long way to go. Probably very late tonight. I don't know if they'll stay supercells on their own at that point. But we already got a quarter report that came in on this stuff in Flower Mound. I mean, we got confirmation from Gabriel that indeed they were getting quarter size hail, and quarter Mina, kind of close to Mina. I wonder if his dad got quarters. In terms of Missouri, most of it's pretty much done. Unless you're talking about specifically St. Louis, I think most of the hail has fallen in Missouri for today. Springfield missed it out, and St. Louis, I think you're probably not going to see too much else happening. When will the hail threat be over in Dallas? It's honestly going to be whenever these storms decide to end. So these storms here, the ones you see on the screen, at the radar screen by Keller and by Louisville, whenever those die off, that's probably going to be all she wrote for the Dallas area today. So again, we have a 5-star map. The map's available now, but it looks like we're still going to be making some updates here, making additions, and it'll all be on there as we go. Okay. So as we look here, all right, the storm is not in Louisville. It's hitting the lake. Looks like the quarter-size hail has since kind of ended, and the storm's not looking super hot. So again, I wasn't sure if it was trying to develop itself off to redevelop its updraft and make it a normal supercell versus a split storm, but I think it's just kind of a mess. But hey, another period here of some quarter-size hail. Just a nice little addition from Flower Mound in Louisville. We appreciate you staying with us. Yeah, Gabriel, we're going to be doing this all the way till I think there's not going to be anything else of interest happening. Marco's a little bit bigger. Is this thing trying to get going in Keller? It's trying. This storm over by Keller's trying, guys. If it gets going, I mean, this would move into an untouched area. That would, it would just add to the 5-star map. It wouldn't really, we don't have a 6-star rating or anything. It's just a more good 5-star, you know? It's like when you get baseball size hail and then also softball size hail, you're like, all right. My phone not going to make it. Hopefully my phone doesn't die because I'm going to be cut off in comments. Anyway, so again, I keep checking back on St. Louis. I do not think we're going to see anything more than maybe some half-inch to nickel-size hail for the St. Louis area. Unless like Frank or Heather or somebody's on there to correct me, and I'm seeing something there. Oh, what's that? Is someone else trying to form off to the west? It is. Look at that. All right, off to the west over here by Gordon, Texas. Way out there. A couple of counties out. Storm's trying to fire over here. I mean, it would make a hell of a journey to get all the way to Fort Worth, but I guess you can't say it's all over with that. Any hail trace hats coming in? I don't know. I got mine right over here. I know a lot of you guys want these hats, but I got my hail trace hat right here. I was wearing it yesterday when we were chasing in Edmond, and I guess we'll keep it on now. Why not? I also have a GAF hat that I got when I saw JJ Watt, but otherwise I don't have too many hats. I'm not too much of a hat guy, but I'll rep hail trace on here. So I don't know. We'll see if this thing can get going in Keller. Storm over Rice City has completely fallen apart. That's it. That was the main storm. It looks like we are pretty much winding down. Up to the north, though, the storm over by Aubrey looks like it actually kind of snuck by. It was decent. I wouldn't be surprised. We got some golf balls over by Van Alstyne. That storm really took off for a minute there. Ooh, that was not me. Okay. So we haven't had an update in a couple. Man, it's been. Wait, what are you doing here, guys? It's been like 5 minutes. We have an update. We'll get you. We'll have to get you an Excel construction group hat. Yes, you do, Dan. I'm willing to take any kind of freebie stuff. I'll wear it on the video or something, as long as you're a customer of ours, you know. Ugh. Get up. A little bit of water. Unfortunately, with this, we don't have. I can't toss it to a storm chaser or anything to give me a second to stop talking. Gotta get on that. We should be able to get on that this year. So it looks like the storm has moved through Louisville. Over the lake right now is really dying off. Maybe just maybe the storm over by South Lake can get its act together, but I don't quite think it's gonna make it. Yeah, it popped up for a second just for it to collapse back down the very next frame update about 5 minutes later. So I don't think it's going to quite get there here in the Dallas area. So I think the biggest storm of the day was indeed where the lingering tennis ball reports are. And I think that may be getting towards the end of that. So I think we're going to be winding down here, folks. Wait, what? Are you serious? Or, I lied. It's dropping quarter-size hail in Keller right now between 1709 and Highway 377. Yeah, now it's warm for quarter-size hail. So I think, yeah, you know what, maybe we'll get some quarters out of this. This is not going to be a storm where we're, you know, obviously getting giant damaging hail or anything, but probably, you know, you can get a new day of loss out of that. 377, and what's this? Probably this one right here. 1709. Of course, it won't say it on the thing. Yeah, so looks like it's gonna be just that little spot right there, some isolated quarters. And continuing along, so I got a little baby swath of quarter-size hail as the storm desperately tries to get some more hail reports, get a little bit bigger of a house count across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metro. And don't worry, if you purchase the 5-star map for the McKinney area, all these little swallows will be added on there. Everything that continues to happen, even after you purchase the map, will be updated as we continue to have storms through the evening here, it looks like. Things will probably wind down. If you're wondering when storms are going to wind down Dallas area, it is 7:56 p.m. Central Time right now. Probably by about 9 o'clock or so it'll be over. So I know in the forecast I said between 9 and midnight. Storm was fired way early, and that completely changed everything. So looks like we had quite a bit of activity going on here. So another quarter report. The lingering peeing quarter size hail in Louisville. I think the quarter size hail has since ended as things have wound down quite a bit. Take a second to kind of plug our Instagram, because I'm going to do a post on our Instagram real fast. Update our story. We haven't done that in a little while. Follow us on Instagram if you have Instagram, at HailTrace. And get that in there. Follow us at HailTrace on Instagram. We do posts pretty frequently. I try to keep up with the posts on updating storms beyond just our forecast. So I give you guys behind the scenes. Sorry guys, 1 second. I can't talk and type at the same time. All right. Had to give that update. Trying to do all the social medias at once. You know how it rules. So follow us on Instagram. I'm at HailTrace. Real simple to search. Do posts on there. I post pictures. I post, if you miss our forecast video and you don't want to watch the whole video, I post just the graphic. That's one of our posts we do pretty regularly if there's a decent storm going on. And it looks like, and that's it. Storm's moving towards Colleyville, beginning to wind down. The storm, as it's entering the colony, is a shadow of its former self. And the storm, the original storm, now passing the city along I-30, that is really dying really fast. So it looks like the storm strength on the other side of lakes, most of the time, unless you're talking about the Great Lakes, there's usually very little effect. The lakes in the Dallas area are nowhere near big enough to have any sort of legitimate effect. The most effect the Dallas area has on storms is the fact that Dallas exists. So the urban heat island effect. You have a lot of concrete, a lot of homes, makes it warmer than the rural areas surrounding it, and that will add more fuel to the storm. Otherwise, like the lake is not going to really do much in the way of anything to change the strength of the storm. So I think it's just wind down. I think the biggest thing is just these storms just are struggling against the fact that we're losing heating, the sun's going down, and the cold front is really starting to move through. So I think we're beginning to wind down here, guys. I may end this stream fairly soon. I'll give it a few more minutes, and you can obviously find our posts on Facebook. I believe we'll have a post on Facebook linking to the 5-star map if you want to get it. If you don't have, if you want a subscription, you can call us 855-334-4245. We can set you up so that way, if other storms end up happening, which they probably will in the Dallas area, you can sign up with that. And obviously, the maps for everything else that's been happening today are available as well. I don't know what the star rankings of those are, but our first 5-star of the year, here it is with the Dallas area. Derek will be doing the forecast video and a recap of today tomorrow and wearing those coveted green pants. So I think that should be good. And I'll put in the comments here as well. You can add me on Facebook if you want. I don't post too much on my personal page, but you know, you can add me if you want. The maps come with a subscription. You can either buy the map individually or you can get a subscription. So say for the Dallas area, whole state of Texas, whole nation, whatever your needs are. God, friggin', hang on. I'm trying to. My phone's blowing up. I got too popular this time of year. There you go. There is that. That was me, John Choquette. You can call that number for more details. I don't think anyone's at the office. However, we do answer it on our cell phones, so that is fine. I mean, I'm obviously not answering the phone right now, but you can get on there. Brandon or Cody or Derek can all help you out, or even Melissa or Matt. Anybody is here to help you out, and we can give you more details about what we offer beyond just this live coverage of storms. I try not to do too much of a sales pitch. I just try to do the live coverage for you guys, and hopefully I think the storms sell themselves at this point. You are welcome, Brad. I think I'm going to wrap this up now. It looks like things are winding down. Check one more time on the radar. Yeah, I think I'm putting a pin in both of these storms. I think that stick a fork in them, they're done. I'm also pretty hungry. It's 8 o'clock. I have not eaten anything since about 1:30, so I think I'm ready to go get some dinner. I think that's all she wrote. If anything else does happen, I will indeed be able to be back live to do more coverage. So keep doing those hail dances. This weekend, you guys have been apparently been dancing real hard because we've got 2 days in a row, big time storms. And again, a little preview for tomorrow. There might be something in the general vicinity of a certain major area in Georgia. So I think that'd be great. So overall recap, we had a big time storm across the area, across the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. If I roll things back pretty far, I came live after the storm moved through Denton. West side of Denton had some quarters. It petered out a little bit. And once it got by Prosper, it really took off. We had widespread golf ball 2-inch hail with up to some 3-inch hail even possible across places like McKinney, Allen, Frisco, and now that storm has since ended. A couple other little storms, some quarters in Louisville, Flower Mound, some quarters near Keller. Not a big. Those ones are not a big deal at all. Probably just a new date of loss for some old damage, and a couple other little storms as well. We also had some storms over by Poto, Oklahoma. Big time storm, had some baseballs in that general area, and storms also in Missouri earlier today. South central and southeastern sections of Missouri, just south of the St. Louis area. St. Louis itself, you're going to see storms moving in the next 20 minutes. Probably sub-severe hail, almost exclusively sub-severe hail, if at all. If there's anything, it'd be an isolated quarter report or two. Nothing crazy, nothing probably damaging, honestly. So that is overall what we have. Things are winding down now in Dallas. I don't believe there'll be any other storms this evening. Again, if you watched our video this morning, you probably saw I said between 9 p.m. and midnight. Well, Dallas didn't care and broke the cap in the middle of the afternoon anyway, and we had big time storms happening now, so it just happened quite a few hours earlier. Things are being wrapping up. I think most rain will even be out of the area by 9 o'clock. So I think that's all we have for today, guys. 5-star map available at hilltrace.com. If you're more interested in subscriptions, what we have to offer, we also do marketing and all other stuff. Give us a call at 855-334-4245. It's in the comments section below. Can I pin the comment? Crap, I can't pin the comment because I posted it, not as Hail Trace. But my comment's in there from the John Shokep comment. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us here on Facebook. It's See First. Thanks for sharing the video and sticking with us now for 2 hours and almost 10 minutes. It's first of probably quite a few long live streams that we're going to have coming up. So I'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Recap of all this and the forecast for Monday. Have a great evening, everybody.